Have you ever wondered why some people command such respect and admiration that their absence feels more profound than their presence? Why certain individuals leave an undeniable mark on others, drawing them back effortlessly without lifting a finger? Imagine being someone whose value is so undeniable that others find themselves longing for your return, realizing your presence was the irreplaceable piece in their life puzzle. What if the secret to becoming that person lies within you, waiting to be awakened? In this journey, we'll explore 9 transformative strategies rooted in Stoicism, timeless wisdom that empowers you to cultivate inner strength and self-mastery. These aren't manipulative tactics or games, but profound principles that help you align with your true value, becoming magnetic to others without sacrificing your integrity. By the end, you'll have the tools to inspire respect, admiration, and even a deep longing in those who may have taken you for granted. The most powerful lesson lies at the end, a principle so transformative that it ties all others together, unlocking the ultimate secret to lasting value and connection. So stay with us, and let's dive into the first step toward this extraordinary transformation. 1. Embrace self-respect. What does it mean to truly respect yourself? Pause for a moment and ask yourself, do I act as though I deserve respect, or do I constantly seek it from others? This first principle is the cornerstone of your value. So without self-respect, all other efforts to cultivate worth fall apart like a house built on sand. So how do we build this unshakable foundation? Self-respect begins with recognizing your intrinsic worth, your value independent of anyone else's opinion. It's understanding that your time, energy, and emotions are precious resources not to be squandered or compromised. When you respect yourself, you set boundaries that protect these resources. You communicate to the world, this is what I deserve, and I will not accept less. Let's reflect on a common scenario. Have you ever found yourself bending over backward in a relationship, sacrificing your needs, always being available, and giving endlessly, only to feel unappreciated? This isn't generosity, it's a subtle betrayal of your own worth. Stoicism teaches us that external validation is fleeting and unreliable. As Epictetus said, it's not what happens to you but how you react to it that matters. How often do you react by giving more, hoping to earn the respect that should be yours inherently? The truth is, when you give without boundaries, you diminish your value in the eyes of others. It's human nature to take for granted what is readily available. Instead, imagine saying no to things that deplete you, prioritizing your own well-being, and demanding respect through your actions, not words. How would that shift your relationships? How would it reshape how others see you? Here's the paradox of self-respect. When you stop chasing validation and start honoring yourself, others will instinctively follow suit. It's as though they see a reflection of your worth in how you treat yourself. And it begins with setting boundaries, maintaining your standards, and taking care of your physical, mental, and emotional health. But how do you practically cultivate this deep self-respect? Start small. Pay attention to where you feel drained or resentful and identify the boundaries you need to set. Practice saying no gracefully, recognizing that each time you do, you're saying yes to yourself. Begin to hold yourself to a high standard, not to impress others, but because you know you deserve it. Imagine a high-value man as a 5-star restaurant. A Michelin-starred chef doesn't compromise the quality of the dish just to please an impatient customer. Similarly, your standards should remain steadfast regardless of how others react. As Marcus Aurelius wisely observed, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. When you truly embody self-respect, you radiate an aura of confidence and dignity. It's not arrogance, it's a quiet, unshakable belief in your worth. And here's the magic. This self-respect is magnetic. It speaks louder than words, drawing people to you, not because you demand their attention, but because your value is undeniable. So I challenge you to look in the mirror each morning and affirm, I deserve respect. Write it down, repeat it, and live by it. It's not just a statement, it's a commitment to yourself. From this strong foundation of self-respect, we move to the next essential step. Emotional stability, the calm amidst life's storms. Are you ready to master the art of inner tranquility? Let's continue. 2. Cultivate emotional stability. Do you often find yourself reacting impulsively to life's challenges, or do you remain calm and collected, no matter the chaos around you? Emotional stability is not about suppressing your feelings or pretending to be unaffected. It's about mastering your emotions so they no longer master you. Says inner tranquility is one of the most attractive qualities you can possess, drawing people toward you and commanding their respect. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor, taught us you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Emotional stability, in essence, is about recognizing this power and using it to anchor yourself. When you exude calmness, especially in turbulent situations, you become a beacon of strength for others. People gravitate toward those who make them feel secure and balanced. But how can we cultivate this kind of unshakable presence? It begins with awareness. Think back to the last time you were overwhelmed by anger, frustration, or sadness. Did you pause to examine the root cause of these emotions, or did you let them take control? Emotional stability starts with the simple yet profound practice of mindfulness, observing your thoughts and feelings without judgment. Here's a practical example. Imagine a heated argument with a loved one. Your first instinct might be to lash out, to defend yourself, or to prove a point. Instead, pause. Breathe. Ask yourself, is my reaction helping or hurting this situation? What outcome do I truly want? When you respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively, you demonstrate not just self-control but also respect for the other person. Over time, this behavior builds trust and admiration. Emotional stability also requires managing stress and maintaining perspective. Life is full of unexpected challenges, losses, disappointments, misunderstandings. How you handle these moments defines your character. As the Stoics believed, it's not the external event that matters, but your internal response to it. Do you let adversity break you, or do you use it as an opportunity to grow stronger? One of the most effective tools for cultivating emotional stability is reflection. At the end of each day, take a few minutes to journal or meditate. Ask yourself, how did I handle today's challenges? Where could I have responded better? What can I learn from this? Over time, this practice will transform your emotional responses, helping you stay composed even in the most difficult situations. Physical well-being also plays a vital role in emotional stability. Regular exercise, a healthy diet, and sufficient sleep are not just good for your body, they strengthen your mind as well. When your physical state is balanced, you're better equipped to handle emotional turbulence. Why is this quality so magnetic? Because emotional stability makes you reliable in a world full of uncertainty. When others see that you can remain calm under pressure, they naturally trust and admire you. They begin to associate your presence with peace and strength, a combination that is incredibly alluring. People will find themselves drawn to you, not because you demand their attention, but because they feel better in your presence. So how can you start embodying emotional stability today? The next time you feel your emotions rising, pause and breathe deeply. Count to 10 if necessary. Reflect before reacting. Choose calmness even when it's difficult. Each time you do this, you reinforce your ability to remain composed, no matter the circumstances. As Marcus Aurelius reminded himself, if you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it. And this you have the power to revoke at any moment. This power is yours to claim. Now, I want to hear from you. What steps will you take to cultivate emotional stability in your life? Share your thoughts in the comments below and inspire others to embark on this journey with you. If this resonates with you, take a moment to like this video and let me know how this principle speaks to you. And as we continue, we'll unlock the next transformative step, finding and living your purpose. Ready to define what truly drives you? Let's move forward. 3. Develop a strong purpose. What is your guiding force in life? Do you move with intention, or are you drifting, letting the tides of circumstance dictate your direction? Developing a strong purpose is the third step in becoming a high-value individual. Purpose is your compass. It gives clarity amidst chaos, ensuring that every decision you make aligns with the path you've chosen. The Stoics believed that a life without purpose is a life squandered. Marcus Aurelius asked himself daily, "What is my role as a human being? What is my duty today?" He understood that purpose is not just about finding passion, but about living in accordance with one's values and striving toward meaningful goals. To develop a strong purpose, begin by asking yourself the tough questions. What truly matters to me? What kind of legacy do I want to leave behind? Purpose does not need to be grandiose. It could be as simple as being a source of strength for your family, contributing to your community, or excelling in your chosen craft. What matters is that it resonates deeply with your core values. Once you've identified your purpose, let it guide your actions. Imagine it as a North Star, giving you direction even on the darkest nights. When you live with purpose, you radiate clarity and determination, qualities that naturally attract respect and admiration. People are drawn to those who know who they are and what they stand for. Consider this. A person without purpose is like a ship without a rudder, drifting aimlessly at the mercy of external forces. In contrast, a person with purpose steers their life with intention, navigating storms and calm waters alike with confidence and focus. So which one would you rather be, and which one do you think others are more likely to admire? So living purposefully also requires the courage to make choices that align with your goals, even when they are difficult. This might mean saying no to distractions or letting go of relationships that don't support your journey. It's not about being selfish, it's about honoring the commitment you've made to yourself. Purpose is also magnetic because it reflects a deep sense of fulfillment. When people see you driven by a cause or mission, they recognize your passion and dedication. It inspires them and often motivates them to align themselves with your vision. Your strong purpose doesn't just elevate your own life, it becomes a source of inspiration for others. As you reflect on your purpose, remember that it's a journey, not a destination. You may refine it over time as you grow and evolve, but once you've embraced a purpose that truly aligns with your soul, it will guide you with an unwavering sense of direction. Our purpose established, we move to the next principle, practicing strategic detachment, a concept that may seem counterintuitive but holds profound power in strengthening relationships. Let's explore this. 4. Practice strategic detachment. Have you ever felt the urge to hold on tightly to someone or something, fearing that letting go might mean losing them forever? Strategic detachment teaches us the opposite. That sometimes stepping back is the wisest and most empowering move you can make. This principle, deeply rooted in Stoicism, isn't about indifference or neglect. It's about giving space for growth, reflection, and appreciation. Seneca wrote, "Sometimes even to live is an act of courage." Similarly, sometimes letting go, if only temporarily, requires courage and wisdom. Detachment allows both you and those around you to breathe, to rediscover your own strengths, and to recognize the value of your presence. Imagine you're deeply invested in a relationship, but you sense that your efforts are being taken for granted. Instead of clinging tighter, consider taking a dignified step back. Focus on yourself, your interests, and your growth. By doing so, you not only regain a sense of balance, but you also create an opportunity for the other person to reflect on your value. It's not a game or manipulation, it's about respecting yourself enough to prioritize your well-being. Strategic detachment is particularly effective because it creates a healthy sense of scarcity. When you're always available, others may begin to take your presence for granted. But when you give yourself the space to step away, you remind them subtly but powerfully that your presence is not guaranteed. This can lead to a renewed appreciation and deeper connection when you return. However, detachment doesn't mean disappearing without communication or abandoning your responsibilities. It's about being clear and intentional. Let others know why you're taking space and reassure them that it's for growth, not rejection. This clarity prevents misunderstandings and builds respect. Detachment also fosters your own independence. It reminds you that your worth isn't tied to anyone else's approval or presence. It's a practice of self-reliance, a cornerstone of Stoicism. When you master detachment, you become less reactive to external forces and more focused on your internal state of being. Why is this so powerful in relationships? Because it demonstrates quiet confidence. It shows that you are not afraid of being alone, that you value yourself enough to prioritize your growth, and that you don't need constant validation to feel secure. This kind of self-assuredness is incredibly magnetic. So consider this: where in your life might strategic detachment serve you? What relationships or situations might benefit from a pause? Reflect on how you can step back with dignity, giving both yourself and others the space to rediscover what truly matters. Having explored the transformative power of detachment, we now turn to showcasing achievements, a practice that solidifies respect and admiration. Let's dive deeper into how this can elevate your value. 5. Showcase your achievements with humility. When was the last time you acknowledged your own accomplishments? Did you share them with pride, or did you brush them aside, fearing they might come across as arrogance? Showcasing your achievements isn't about boasting or seeking applause. It's about demonstrating the results of your hard work and the values you stand for. It's about inspiring others through your journey. Stoics, especially Seneca, emphasized action over words. No man was ever wise by chance, he observed. Similarly, no great achievement is ever accidental. Every success, big or small, reflects deliberate effort, persistence, and a commitment to growth. Sharing your achievements is not about saying, "Look at me." It's about showing this is what's possible. Think of it this way: when you accomplish something meaningful, whether it's completing a challenging project, learning a new skill, or overcoming a personal obstacle, it reflects your discipline, resilience, and purpose. These qualities are magnetic. People are drawn to those who not only dream but also execute, who turn ambition into reality. How can you showcase your achievements without crossing the line into arrogance? The key lies in humility and intention. Share your journey as a story of growth rather than as a declaration of superiority. For example, instead of saying, "I achieved this because I'm amazing," you might say, "I'm proud of this because it taught me how to overcome challenges and stay focused on my goals." Imagine this scenario. You've been training for months to run a marathon. The day comes, and you cross the finish line, exhausted but exhilarated. When you share that moment, don't just talk about the medal. Talk about the early mornings, the sore muscles, the doubts you overcame. This approach inspires others because it's relatable. It shows the effort behind the achievement. Showcasing achievements also builds respect. It's one thing to talk about your goals and aspirations. It's another to demonstrate what you've accomplished. When people see you actively working toward and achieving your objectives, they recognize your capability and dedication. This kind of respect is not fleeting, it's the kind that deepens over time, making your presence invaluable. Why is this so important for letting others come back to you? Because achievements remind people of your potential and the value you bring to the table. They see you as someone who's constantly growing, striving, and making an impact, a person worth knowing, respecting, and admiring. At the same time, it's important to strike a balance. Overemphasizing your achievements can come across as self-centered, but underplaying them might make others unaware of your strengths. Find the sweet spot by sharing authentically and letting your actions speak louder than your words. Here's a simple exercise. Think about a recent achievement that you're proud of. What lessons did you learn along the way? How did it challenge you? Share this story in a way that highlights not just the result, but also the journey. This approach not only inspires, but also invites others to see your growth. So what's your proudest recent achievement? Share it in the comments below. I'd love to hear your stories and celebrate your victories with you. If this perspective resonates with you, give this video a like and let me know how showcasing achievements has made a difference in your life. As we move forward, we'll explore the power of communication, the art of connection that deepens relationships and reinforces your value. Let's keep building together. 6. Master the art of communication. Have you ever noticed how some people can command attention with just a few words? Their presence fills the room not because they speak the loudest, but because they communicate with clarity, purpose, and intent. Mastering the art of communication is a cornerstone of becoming a high-value individual. It's not about being the most talkative. It's about speaking with meaning and listening with depth. Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher, once said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." This simple observation highlights the first rule of effective communication: listening. When you truly listen, you convey respect and understanding. You're not just waiting for your turn to speak. You're engaging in a dialogue that fosters connection and trust. Think of a time when someone made you feel truly heard. How did it impact the conversation? How did it make you feel about them? Now imagine offering that same gift to others. When you listen attentively, you become someone people naturally gravitate toward because they feel valued and understood in your presence. But listening is only part of the equation. How you speak matters just as much. Effective communication is about delivering your message with confidence and empathy. It's about being intentional with your words, ensuring they reflect your values and the purpose behind them. The Stoics believed that words are a reflection of the mind. Marcus Aurelius advised, "Be precise in speech and let your words be few and well chosen." Clarity is another essential component. Rambling or over-explaining can dilute your message, while clear, concise statements command attention. Imagine a captain giving orders during a storm. Do you want a leader who speaks in circles or one who communicates instructions clearly and coldly? Your communication should mirror that clarity and composure. Confidence in communication doesn't mean dominating the conversation. It means expressing your thoughts with conviction while remaining open to others' perspectives. This balance demonstrates both strength and humility, key traits of a high-value individual. When others see that you're not afraid to voice your opinions but also respect theirs, they feel both secure and engaged in your presence. Humor, when used appropriately, can also be a powerful tool in communication. It lightens the mood, builds rapport, and makes you more approachable. The key is to use it in a way that complements the conversation without overshadowing it. A well-placed joke or light-hearted comment can leave a lasting positive impression. Nonverbal communication, the unspoken element of how you present yourself, plays a critical role as well. Your body language, eye contact, and tone of voice all contribute to how your words are received. A confident posture and steady gaze can enhance the impact of your message, while a warm tone can foster trust and openness. Lastly, adaptability is essential. Not every conversation requires the same approach. The way you communicate with a close friend will differ from how you engage with a colleague or someone you've just met. Being able to read the room, adjust your tone, and meet others where they are shows emotional intelligence and respect. Why does mastering communication make you high value? Because relationships thrive on connection, and connection is built through meaningful dialogue. That when you communicate effectively, you strengthen bonds, resolve conflicts with grace, and leave a lasting impression on those you encounter. People come to see you as someone they can trust, confide in, and learn from, a rare and valuable presence in their lives. So take a moment to reflect. How do you currently communicate? Do your words and actions align with your values? Are you truly listening, or are you focused on being heard? Mastering communication isn't a destination but a practice, one that evolves with each conversation and deepens the connections in your life. With communication as your tool for connection, we now turn to another vital aspect of being high value: investing in your physical and mental well-being. Let's explore how caring for yourself enhances every relationship in your life. 7. Invest in your physical and mental well-being. How well are you taking care of yourself? Truly, deeply, your body, your mind, your spirit? Investing in your physical and mental well-being is not just a personal obligation. It's a reflection of the respect you have for yourself. And that respect radiates outward, influencing how others perceive and value you. The Stoics, ever practical in their philosophy, understood the interplay between physical health, mental clarity, and the strength to face life's challenges. Seneca wrote, "A sound mind in a sound body is a short but full description of a happy state in this world." It's a reminder that neither the mind nor the body can function optimally without the other. Physical well-being begins with the basics: regular exercise, balanced nutrition, and sufficient rest. When you take care of your body, you project vitality and energy, qualities that are inherently attractive and inspiring. Imagine walking into a room with confidence, your posture upright, and your movements purposeful. People notice, not just your physical appearance, but the discipline and commitment it represents. Consider how consistent physical activity shapes more than just your physique. It clears your mind, reduces stress, and boosts your mood. A brisk run, a session at the gym, or even a long walk can reset your perspective on a challenging day. These practices strengthen not only your muscles but also your resilience, preparing you to handle adversity with grace. Mental well-being, equally critical, requires its own care and attention. Just as you wouldn't neglect your physical health, ignoring your mental state can lead to imbalances that ripple through every aspect of your life. Stoics were masters of mental discipline, advocating for regular reflection and the practice of mindfulness to maintain inner peace. Meditation, for example, is a simple yet powerful tool to cultivate mental clarity. Even a few minutes a day to focus on your breath or observe your thoughts can create a profound shift in your state of mind. Journaling, another practice championed by the Stoics, helps you process emotions, identify patterns, and align your actions with your values. But mental well-being goes beyond these individual practices. It's also about setting boundaries to protect your energy, seeking out meaningful connections, and continuously learning and growing. When you engage with enriching experiences, reading, exploring new ideas, or taking up hobbies, you nurture your mind in ways that expand your perspective and deepen your understanding of the world. Why is this investment in yourself so essential for becoming high value? Because self-care is not selfish, it's foundational. When you prioritize your well-being, you show others that you value yourself. You teach them, consciously or unconsciously, how to treat you. And when you're operating at your best, physically, mentally, and emotionally, you naturally become someone others admire and want to be around. Moreover, caring for your well-being allows you to give more to the people in your life. You can't pour from an empty cup. By strengthening yourself, you enhance your ability to support and uplift others. Your presence becomes a source of stability and inspiration, reflecting the balance you've cultivated within. What small changes can you make today to prioritize your well-being? Can you replace an hour of scrolling with an hour of movement or meditation? Can you prepare a meal that nourishes both your body and your spirit? Each action, no matter how small, builds momentum toward a healthier, more grounded version of yourself. As you commit to this ongoing investment, you'll find that your physical and mental well-being become unshakable pillars of your value. And with these pillars firmly in place, we move to the next essential step, learning to be selective with your time and energy. Let's delve into how this discipline enhances both your life and your relationships. 8. Be selective with your time and energy. How do you spend your time? Who or what claims your energy on a daily basis? These questions are not just practical, they're deeply philosophical. Time and energy are your most finite resources, and how you allocate them defines the value you place on yourself. To become a high-value individual, you must learn to guard these treasures fiercely, investing them only where they matter most. Seneca, one of the great Stoics, captured this beautifully. It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it. Are you consciously choosing how to spend your days, or are you allowing the demands of others and the chaos of life to dictate your time? When you are selective, you communicate to yourself and to others that your time and energy are precious. This not only elevates your self-worth, but also inspires respect and admiration from those around you. Being selective doesn't mean being selfish or unavailable. It's about being intentional. Imagine your time as a limited currency. Would you spend it recklessly on things that don't serve you, or would you invest it wisely in meaningful relationships, personal growth, and activities that align with your goals? When you prioritize where and how you direct your attention, you create space for what truly matters. Consider this scenario. You've been invited to multiple events this weekend. Instead of saying yes to everything, You choose the one that aligns most with your values or offers the greatest opportunity for connection and enrichment. By doing so, you not only conserve your energy, but also ensure that your presence is fully engaged and impactful wherever you decide to be. Why does this matter in relationships? Because people notice when you value yourself. When you're selective about how you spend your time, you demonstrate self-respect and discipline, qualities that naturally attract others. Conversely, when you're overly available or spread yourself too thin, you risk diluting your value and exhausting yourself in the process. This principle also applies to the people you surround yourself with. Are the relationships in your life mutually enriching, or are they one-sided drains on your energy? Stoicism teaches us to evaluate the quality of our associations, choosing companions who inspire and challenge us to grow rather than those who pull us away from our values and goals. Being selective with your energy extends to your habits as well. How much of your day is spent on activities that uplift and energize you versus those that deplete and distract you? Time spent mindlessly scrolling, engaging in unproductive arguments, or saying yes to obligations out of guilt only chips away at your peace and productivity. What happens when you start being more selective? First, you'll notice a shift in how others perceive you. They'll recognize that your time is valuable and begin treating it as such. Second, you'll feel a sense of empowerment and clarity, knowing that your days are filled with purpose rather than obligation. Third, your relationships will deepen, as you'll be able to give your best self to those who truly matter. Here's a challenge. Take a moment to evaluate your commitments and interactions. Which ones genuinely align with your values and goals? Which ones feel like obligations that drain you? Start saying no to the latter. It's not easy, but every time you decline something that doesn't serve you, you're saying yes to your well-being and growth. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What's one area of your life where you could be more selective with your time and energy? Share your thoughts in the comments below so we can learn from each other's insights. And if this perspective resonates with you, take a moment to like this video. It's a small investment of your time that fuels meaningful conversations and growth for our community. As we move forward, we'll explore the final, most transformative principle: consistency in your actions. Let's uncover how reliability and steadfastness cement your value in the eyes of others. Stay with us as we conclude this journey. 9. Stay consistent in your actions. What do people see when they look at you? Do they see someone whose words and actions align? Someone they can rely on in both the calm and the storm? Consistency is the glue that holds all other qualities together. Without it, even the strongest foundations of self-respect, purpose, and communication can crumble. Seneca wrote, "A gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials." Consistency isn't about being perfect, it's about showing up day after day as a steady and reliable presence. It's the practice of polishing yourself even in the face of life's challenges until your actions reflect the values you hold dear. Imagine promising a friend that you'll help them move on a Saturday morning. When the day arrives, you're tempted to stay in bed or prioritize something else. But instead, you follow through on your promise, showing up and giving your time and effort. That simple act builds trust and demonstrates integrity. Over time, such reliability becomes a cornerstone of your character, making you someone others look up to and depend on. Consistency isn't just about big commitments, it's about the small, everyday choices that define who you are. It's in honoring your commitments, whether they're to others or to yourself. Did you set a goal to exercise 3 times a week? Did you promise yourself to spend more time reading or learning? Following through on these promises, no matter how minor they seem, builds discipline and self-respect. Others notice when you stick to your word, and that steadiness makes you indispensable. Consistency is also vital in how you treat others. Are you kind and respectful one day and dismissive the next? Are you present in your relationships only when it's convenient? People are drawn to those who are emotionally steady, whose kindness and reliability aren't contingent on mood or circumstances. They feel safe and valued around such individuals, knowing they won't be let down. This principle extends to your work, your hobbies, and your passions. Imagine a musician who practices their craft daily versus one who picks up their instrument sporadically. Over time, the consistent musician's skill and confidence will far surpass that of the occasional player. The same is true in every area of life. Consistency breeds mastery. Why does this matter so much in relationships? Because consistency builds trust. It signals to others that you are someone who will be there, who won't waver or let them down. In a world full of unpredictability, consistency is rare and deeply valued. It's what turns acquaintances into friends, friends into confidence, and partnerships into lifelong bonds. However, staying consistent isn't always easy. Life throws challenges, distractions, and temptations your way. The key is to stay anchored to your purpose and values. When you feel your resolve wavering, ask yourself, what kind of person do I want to be? Will this choice bring me closer to or further away from that vision? This moment of reflection can be enough to refocus your efforts. Consistency doesn't mean rigidity. Life requires flexibility, and there will be times when plans change or obstacles arise. What matters is how you handle these moments, whether you adapt while staying true to your principles or let setbacks derail your progress entirely. The Stoics remind us to focus on what we can control: our choices, our actions, and our responses. As you reflect on this principle, think about where you can bring more consistency into your life. Are there promises you've left unfulfilled? Are there areas where your actions don't align with your intentions? Begin by making small, manageable commitments and honoring them. Each fulfilled promise strengthens your character and solidifies your reputation as someone others can rely on. Consistency is the quiet force that transforms good intentions into lasting impressions. It's what makes others trust you, respect you, and ultimately want to keep you in their lives. With this final principle in place, your journey toward becoming a high-value individual is complete, but the real work of living it each day has only just begun. Throughout this journey, we've explored 9 powerful principles for becoming a high-value individual, someone whose presence is admired, respected, and deeply missed when absent. Each principle builds on the others, creating a framework for living a life of purpose, integrity, and magnetism. These aren't temporary tactics or surface-level changes. They are foundational practices rooted in Stoicism and designed to create lasting transformation. As you begin to embody these principles, you'll notice profound changes in how others perceive you and, more importantly, in how you perceive yourself. The beauty of this journey is that it's not about seeking external validation. It's about becoming the best version of yourself, someone who naturally commands respect and admiration. Now it's your turn to take action. Which of these principles resonates with you the most? Where do you see opportunities to grow? Remember, the journey to becoming high value isn't about perfection. It's about progress. Start small, focus on one principle at a time, and let each step build on the last. If this message resonated with you, share your thoughts in the comments below. Let us know which principle you're most excited to embrace or how these ideas have already impacted your life. Don't forget to like this video if you found it insightful. It's a small gesture that helps us continue sharing meaningful content. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel to join a community dedicated to growth, wisdom, and living with purpose. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Remember, the principles of Stoicism are not just ideas to study, they are guides for action. By living these principles daily, you become a beacon of strength and value in a world that craves authenticity. Keep striving, keep shining, and keep becoming the high-value individual you were meant to be. Stay strong, stay stoic, and we'll see you in the next video.